Hi, this is Mr. Kraus.
And James Kraus.
And we're going to talk to you guys about a common mistake with comma fanboys. So we got a good little presentation to work with. Let's start with a little review. Compound sentences occur when clauses are combined.
It's a train.
It is a train. That's your lunch? Sorry, that's my son James. He's almost 5. When we talk about clauses, you might want to do a quick refresher here and ask yourself, what's a clause? A clause has a subject and a verb, and oftentimes has an object. So, for example, King Midas has. So King Midas is the subject, the verb has. The object is King Midas has the golden touch. Making sure, as we talk about clauses moving forward, making sure your clause has a subject is really important. Speaking of what's not a clause, clearly this has all the looks and presentation of a clause. You know, that capital letter and that period, but it's missing, hopefully it's obvious to you guys, it's missing a subject. Taking a look at a second example, same idea, it's missing the verb. So we want to make sure, as we move forward with this, that compound sentences occur when those clauses are combined. So let's take a look at our first idea of a clause. King Midas has a golden touch. We obviously have a subject, a verb, and an object. We can combine that with another clause, but we better make sure it has a subject, verb, and object. This is additional information, so as we move forward in this example, you'll see that it's a great time for the comma plus the fanboys and. I'll let you guys pause the video and read that sentence to yourselves, making sure it sounds okay, and we're not looking for a different type of fanboys. Moving on, we want to pay attention in the writing and in the reviews for your final that you make sure you have a subject in the second clause. So let's take a look at an example where we get rid of that second subject. King Midas has a golden touch and learns the hard way that one should. And if you'll agree with Mr. Kraus, that makes sense, which is fine. You can keep this sentence, just no comma because there's no subject. Again, no comma because there's no subject. That's about as quick a way as I can say it. If you want to look for it in writing on the example, James, if you want to look for it in the writing and example, we can go right to that first sentence, which was what we've been already talking about. We can have comma fanboys because we have the subject and a verb in the second clause. Making sure we're combining clauses with the comma fanboys. Take a look at a second example later in the paragraph. My circle's a little off, but again, this is a common mistake. Comma but, the whole sentence makes sense. However, no comma because there is no subject after the but. Dionysus acquiesces, but wishes he had made a better choice makes sense. We would just need to get rid of the comma, or we can add a subject. Dionysus acquiesces, but he wishes he had made a better choice. So there are two ways to fix this. We got one last example in this paragraph. Again, I apologize for the animation being a little bit off, but here it's underlined. We have a comma, but we have no subject. So that we should delete this comma and add a subject. Another way to fix this is to keep the comma and add a subject. So, Dionysus, being a god, takes the long view, and he knows that such a selfish wish will only bring disaster. If you add that he right here, we're okay to keep the comma. No comma, because there is no subject, is another way to fix it. That's been a quick review, and this has been Mr. Kraus and, say James.
James.
Hopefully this helps you on your final. Goodbye and good luck. Say good luck.
Good luck.